right, guys, go ahead and get your notes titled and dated. So the title is I Can Find the Missing Side for a Three-Dimensional Object. Today is 4/3/18. All right, so I'm going to go over two problems on this learning target, and then I'm going to go over one more, and then you have two to try, okay? So the picture over here is a square pyramid, okay? The base is a square, and then obviously you can see the shape of the pyramid, okay? So the problem says the side length of the base of a square pyramid is 20 centimeters. The height is 24 centimeters. What is the slant height? So when it says the base of a square pyramid is 20 centimeters. So the base is at the bottom, right? And it's three-dimensional, so it doesn't exactly look like a square, but they're telling you it is, so we're going to trust them, okay? So what do we know about a square? What you should recall about a square is that all four sides are the same measurement. So if this side over here, they told us was 20 centimeters, that also means this entire side is going to be 20 centimeters. And so is the other two. Okay? Then they said the height is 24 centimeters. So the height on a square pyramid is through the middle of the pyramid. That's why it's a dotted line and it looks like it's in the center of that pyramid. And they're telling us that pyramid is 24 centimeters high. So from the bottom, if that was sitting on the floor, from the bottom up to the top, up to the point, through the middle, it's going to be 24 centimeters. They want to know how tall the slant height would be. Okay? And look, they even told us that it is a right triangle. The slant height, the height of the pyramid, and then this line down here forms a right triangle. So obviously, if I'm trying to find a missing side length, I'm going to be using the Pythagorean theorem. So we know this number is 24. We know this slant height is what we're trying to find, and we can see that it's located across from the 90-degree angle. So we know that's going to be our C. What they didn't come out and tell us is this other leg length down here. But what they did tell us is the entire base is 20 centimeters. Well, to form this right triangle, they're only using half because the center of the height has to go directly through the center. So they're using half of the base. So what's half of 20 centimeters? Hopefully you know that's going to be 10 centimeters. So now we have our three values. Or we have our two values and we can solve for our third one. So we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. We're going to plug in 24 squared plus 10 squared is equal to c squared. Okay, go ahead and do the math and solve to find out what c, or the slant height, is. Always round to the nearest tenth. As needed. But in this case, we didn't have to round. So you should have come up with 26 centimeters. And guys, we know that that makes sense because our slant height would have to be our longest side length. So 26 is bigger than 24 and it's bigger than 10. Okay? All right, let's look at another one. All right, in this one, they want us to find the height of the square pyramid. So they've told us the slant height and they've told us the base. So they want us to tell them what is the height. So through the middle, what's that amount, okay? So the slant height across from the 90-degree angle is going to be our C, okay? They've told us our entire base is 756. So in order to figure out what our other leg is, which is right here, what we're going to have to do. Hopefully you realize that we would have to cut that in half again. So we get 378 feet. So in this case, I have one leg and I had the slant height, so I have the hypotenuse. So I need to be solving for the other leg for this problem. So I plug in what I know and solve for what I don't know. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. All right, so I went ahead and did all the math, and you are going to be getting a lot bigger numbers, okay? So when I solved for B and I square rooted 206,988.25, I got 454.95. That 5 tells me to round that 9 up, so I end up having to round it to 455 feet. All right, so you're going to do 2 examples on your own after I go through this other problem. Again, you can always rewind it, ask questions, raise your hand, and I can help you if you didn't understand those two problems. Okay, so we're going to go back to the coordinate grid, and this is the exact same type of problem that we did yesterday, except there's a little bit more to it, okay? So let's read through this. So it says, you are on your way back to school from a field trip to the zoo. The P point on the graph represents the location of the school. You are on the bus located at point Q. So this is you. Your friend is on the bus located at point R. So this is your friend. What is your distance from the school and your friend's distance from the school? And then who is closer? All right, so these 2 lines, the line from P to R and the line from P to Q, is going through boxes. So we can't just count the boxes because it doesn't perfectly go through them. So we're going to have to do what we did yesterday and draw in our right triangles. Okay, well, the first question they want to know is what's the distance that I am from the school? So I'm right here, and here's the school. So we're going to create a right triangle so that we can solve for how far away we are. Okay? So then you should be able to find those values and calculate the line PQ, which is going to equal U. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 along the side. Now I'm not going to do the math for you because you're going to have to do that problem on your own, but I'm going to get it set up for you so that you can then figure out the distance. So the distance that you are is going to be, you're finding C there. Okay. The next question asks, what is your friend's distance? So R represents your friend, okay? And this is where the school is. So you're going to form another right triangle, and here's your right angle. So you're going to count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 along the side. Now you have to be careful on this one right here because R is in the middle of a box. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then it's halfway. So we're going to call that 3.5, 3.5. Okay. So we're going to be solving for the line P to R, which is how far your friend is away. So once you found out how far I am away, or you are away, and how far your friend is away, then you'll also be able to answer the other question, which is who is closer. So this has 3 parts. What is your distance from the school, your friend's distance from the school, and who is closer? So when you raise your hand for me to come check your 3 examples, you're going to need to you're going to need to have this one completed as well as the other two examples. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, and I'll give you your note sheet so you'll be able to have all these examples in front of you. Okay. So if you have any questions, call me over. I'll be happy to answer them for you.